And we are back. Another beautiful day at the Waterboyz Show, man. Welcome y'all out once again to the show where we talk about these blood pressure birds and any and everything Atlanta sports, Atlanta culture, and all around the world. We appreciate y'all settling down with us once again. Hey, man, I typically say the sun is shining because it always is, but it's a little cloud out there today. But guess what? Inside this set, my God, the sun is beaming and glaring in our faces because God is good, man, because we're able to do what we love. Once again, man, we're going to get right into it. We got a special guest here today. And before we do that, I'm going to check in with my partner. Then we're going to do some house business, man. What's up, B? How
What's
you
up,
doing,
man? Just chilling, man. Looking, it's cloudy day and the sun still shining on the Waterboyz.
Yeah, man.
Like it's supposed to.
I can tell you still thinking about what you were doing right before we went live, man. It's all good, man. You were ripping and running, my guy. Hey, but look, man, we always do this house business. Make sure y'all give us that digital currency. That's that digital currency. Make sure you give us a like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell 10 more friends. And after that, tell them to tell 10 more. We on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Wherever you can find us, like us, follow us, share, subscribe, tell more people about this show that talks about these Atlanta Falcons, Braves, Hawks, and anything in between. And then after that, man, show us some real currency, right? Oh, I almost forgot. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. I can't forget all our audio listeners because I'm an audio listener myself. I love listening to podcasts. Make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating, a review, some comments. It helps us rise in the algorithm. It helps more people find this show as we talk all the things Atlanta sports. We put a lot of time and effort in it to make it the best we can for you guys. And as long as you, man, while y'all giving us that help, helping us rise, it helps us benefit and do more of this good work for y'all, man. So we all working together, man. One hand washes the other. And after that, like we said, man, scroll on over to 285clothing.com. That's 285clothing.com. You can get you one of these shirts. Look at that. These blood pressure birds, man. Yeah, man. You can get you one of these shirts. You can get you anything Waterboyz. See, look at B-Rich. B-Rich right there. Rocking the Waterboyz Show hoodie, man. Like, he loved to brag that he even got the pants. But, you know, that last time he was talking about he got a logo on his thigh. Nobody's really talking about that. Nobody's really caring about that. I doubt that anybody's saying, dog, man, I saw B-Rich got a logo on his thigh. I got to do the same
They're not saying like that. They're like,
that's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, man. Look, make sure y'all get y'all logo thigh sweats. You know what I'm saying? But for real, look, go on over to 285clothing.com. But look, today, all right, man. Look, I see people already in the comments, boy, going at it. But look, man, look, today we have one of the voices of the city. We have one of the guys, man, he from the east side of town. Like, I'm from the east side of town. Man, made his bones, like, started at the beginning. We want to say what Drake say, started from the bottom. Now we here. Started at the beginning, man, and worked his way up. Really put his time in the sports media world here in the city of Atlanta. He is entrenched in all things Atlanta and all things Atlanta sports. If I had me a glass right now, you'll know who it was because I shake my drink around and say, That's his thing. Now, if you're watching him on social media, he has something for you after every big game, something to give you his take, his point of view of what's going on as not only Atlanta sports fan, but somebody who speaks on the team that has firsthand knowledge of what's going on. This is one of the greats, one of the people that has helped us along our journey, man, with some conversations, some encouragement. Came on our show in the first year, showing that he believed in what we were doing. He's the first person to have his show play one of our sports bars on their show on 680 The Fan, on the locker room, man. Me and my wife and both my kids were around each other when it came on, and we all were excited, man. It was a big moment for us, man. So look, without any further ado, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to introduce the one, the only, the legend, home team Brandon Lee in the building, my guy.
Fellas, thank y'all. It's cloudy outside, but on players and folks that love ATL, it shines 24 hours a day. Thank y'all for having me back here on the Waterboyz Show, and I'm definitely going to the merchandise store to get me some gear when I get out of here today.
Man, that's what's up, man. Home team. So look, like people tell me all the time, man, I know your voice from anywhere. Like it was one time I was talking in the store. Like this was probably about, I don't know, maybe about 3-4 months ago. I was talking, and a dude turned around and said, "Yo, man, You got like a sports show, man. I know that voice from anywhere. And so for me, you have one of those voices. You know what I mean? Like, do you get that? Because I can't hear it with my own voice. I just sound like me. I don't know what I sound to other people. But how do you feel? Like, is it the same for you? You get that?
It does hit you if you order a pizza or you're on the phone and you're getting ready to wrap up with somebody, and then they say, by the way, you sound a little familiar. Are you? Yeah, that's me. So it's refreshing. You never know who's listening. You should assume that people are listening. These days and times, people are listening and watching all the time. So it is refreshing, and it is a lot of fun to interact with people who just heard you. If they've been listening for a few years, few minutes, few shows, it's always good to interact with people. And I like meeting new people all the time. So it is fun when you're out there and somebody says, "Hey, we went out to eat yesterday."
Yeah.
And the guy who was in charge heard you talking, saw you, and recognized y'all. So y'all are the same way. You're just out amongst the people, and people recognize
don't
you.
act like he didn't recognize you in that same conversation. You just gonna leave that part out. So he turned you like, "Oh, what's up, man?" Oh, don't act like he didn't recognize you. So look, I'm gonna jump right into it.
All right.
Because I mean, look, we are friends here, and so we could get to talking with the pleasantries for a long time. But let's get to what we know the people want to hear. So look, this is what I want to ask. I'm gonna pass it to both of y'all, home team. We'll let you chime in first, then we'll let B go. So man, look. Is Stefanski tripping? Why isn't Michael Penix playing in tomorrow's preseason game? Is this a big deal?
Yeah, it's a deal. I don't know how big it is. He's not playing because something is not right. When something is right with your quarterback, he plays, doesn't he? He practices a long time, doesn't he? So there's a lot going on. It's multi-layered. You have a quarterback who was drafted highly in the first round, and injury keeps befalling him. So he hasn't had a chance to prove what he is. New regime comes in, and they want to get a good look at this guy to see if he has the goods, not to be the quarterback this year, but 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, to be the face of a franchise. So you can understand them walking through slowly because this is his third knee injury. Yeah. And if he gets hurt again, it's probably going to be a wrap. So you want to make sure he is completely healthy. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. For me personally, I'm agitated because if you just say, we don't know, if you just say it might be week 2, it might be a month, it might be week 10, because that's when he got hurt, and that would be a full calendar year before he's 100% healthy, I would appreciate that. But what they're telling us when we go and I've talked to Michael Penix Jr. several times. I've talked to Kevin Stefanski. They say that he has a clean bill of health. A week ago, Michael Penix Jr. said there were some mental hurdles, which I think are understandable that he has to overcome. There's a lot of mental fortitude you need to show when your body fails you and you have to go through a year of rehab for the third time. But I'm agitated because it keeps seeming like there's a carrot being dangled in front of us. Oh, he's almost back. Well, he's healthy. Well, he can get out on 11 now. And now the final preseason game of the Falcons preseason, he is not going to play, which is the only time he would be able to be hit by somebody, which would get him prepared for week 1 of being hit by maybe TJ Watt. It's agitating to me, but I just have to assume there's a greater plan. And the answer to, after being a little bit long-winded, because he's not right. If he's right, he would be out there. He would go out for a series or 2. He would sit down, and then he would be named the starter coming up this week.
Man, I can't believe he's not getting anything. A series, a snap, a quarter, a half. What's going on? It's like you said, man, something got to be wrong, because if it was right, he'd be playing. So I agree with you 100% on that. Or maybe they don't want to cause a QB controversy, because Penix may go out there and do well, and what's that going to do?
Well, that would be a good thing. If he does well, that answers a bunch of questions. So, your starters and your backups would be, that's a good thing if he does well. But not putting him out there, it feels like they're protecting him from something, and I don't know what it is.
Bubble wrap.
Yeah, I mean, so I think we all thought as soon as he was cleared, we would get an opportunity to at least see what he's like. Like, get him out there in some action before it's the live action. I don't see him starting week 1. Now, I've seen some people say this doesn't mean he won't be out there week 1. But, I mean, what all have the coaches really been able to see he's only done 11 on 11, one day now? One maybe 2 days in practice.
Yeah.
Now just a few days. You said 3, so 3 days. I mean, he still needs to really get his feet wet, get acclimated with the guys that he's playing with. It's not like every single person is the same exact lineup that he's played with before. So I don't know what to expect when it comes to Penix. And I've joked before when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons, when it's injury, somebody get a paper cut, you think they coming back in the same quarter, and they might be out 2 years. You don't know what happens. Like, they really, really are very guarded when it comes to injuries and how people are progressing or not progressing. So I don't know what to expect. We all want to see what's going to happen because we want to see, is this quarterback situation going to smooth itself out and move forward? We're always going to be stagnant as long as we're wondering what's going on with Michael Penix. You know what I mean? Especially people like me who I want to see Penix do well, but it's always going to be stuck until we know exactly what he is and where he is.
If Tua starts, he will be the 6th different quarterback this decade we have started. When you're talking about Matt Ryan, you're talking about, I don't call his name because I think he quit on us, the quitterback, Mari, whatever his last name is. Then you do Desmond Ridder. Then you did Kirk Cousins. And then you did Michael Penix Jr. last year. If Tua starts, that'll be the 6th quarterback. And what you need is stability at the quarterback position. And the fact that he's only played 13 games, he hasn't even completed a full rookie season yet. We need to see him. Now, the way things are transpiring, I think it's more important for him to finish the season than to start the season. If he's not 100% ready to go, to me, I would rather him be fully healthy, whatever the Falcons' record is. Maybe Tua or whoever's starting gets them off on a good start. But if they're not, and the season is not going to go the way we want, I think it's more important for Michael Penix Jr. to finish the season so we can get 13, 14, 12 games in a row to see what he is, what he can do, how he's progressing, so that Matt Ryan, Kevin Stefanski, Ian Cunningham can get a real full picture of what he is to this franchise. Because if he gets hurt, if he doesn't play in a lot of games, you're going to leave a lot more questions. And then you may have to start looking at drafting another quarterback next year, especially if you have a bad record that might have to compete with Michael Penix Jr. next year, and we're back at starting over at ground zero again. I just want some answers. I want some continuity. I want a healthy quarterback, and I want to know what the future of the Atlanta Falcons is going to be, and when does that start?
I think I'm being unfair when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, you look at Kansas City, I don't know what they're doing with their health staff, but Patrick Mahomes got hurt with an ACL later than
in December.
Yeah, and he's already back up and running.
And Daniel Jones with the Colts, he got hurt late, and they're both older and they're both back. B. Rich, you're exactly right.
So it makes me wonder. It's like, what's going on? These guys are back, ready to go. I mean, he was participating. Mahomes was participating week 1 for training camp. And so it just makes me think, man, is it something with our training staff? Is it just something with a different person's body or what have you? I don't know, man, but I don't see how these people got hurt after our guy, and our guy ain't even ready.
I just think they're played it on the safe end. All we have as when we go cover the team is to go by what they say. I mean, to make assumptions, we all have our opinions. I just don't think he's right. If he was right, he would be out there. He'd be out there like Patrick Mahomes. He'd be out there like Daniel Jones. He'd be ready to go. So I'm thinking, and if you're erring on the side of we just want to make sure that this time he's 100% ready, I totally get it. And for him, mentally, he was honest. If he's not ready to go and people get around your knees and they don't want people bumping into him, that's a real thing. So my question is, all right, fine. If that's the case, but when can that be done? I don't think you're hurting your team or giving secrets away if you tell everybody he's out a month. He's out 6 games, whatever. But clearly they are not quite sure about either the total package with his health, how he feels mentally, but you cannot put a quarterback out on a field without getting hit for a full year. I just don't know how that goes, and maybe that is the plan.
Maybe.
And we'll have to find out week 1 against Pittsburgh, but that sounds a little strange to me.
You got to realize, like with Raheem Morris, he didn't get hit until the first game of the season anyway.
Well, that's a good point, too. But he was also, in a situation where he came in at the end of the year, and it's one of those deals where how do you want to do it? Kevin Stefanski told us the starters, this is what he said, not what I said. Yeah. The starters will play in week 1 and week 3 of the preseason. So we're at week 3. And Tua is going to be going out first, Cooper Rush second, and then Jack Strand, who I think has really earned himself a spot on the roster. So if the starters are playing, is he telling us that Tua's the starter? Was Tua supposed to be the starter and Michael Penix was supposed to come in a little bit later? I don't know, but I just want to see him play. I want to see him healthy, and I want to see Michael Penix Jr. finish the season. So as frustrated as I am about what we're hearing and not seeing him, if the plan is he's going to be out there later for longer, I'll wait on it, and we'll just see where the Falcons are.
Hey, it's interesting. I was talking to you guys at lunch the other day, and you guys had two very interesting points. One of the points we made was, should we cut Cooper Rush and just promote Jack Strand? Well, Trey has said, cut Tua, cut Cooper Rush, keep Tua and Jack Strand. You said cut Tua, keep Cooper Rush. And so explain you guys' thoughts on that.
You can go a bunch of different ways. The one thing is that Jack Strand looks like he's a wild card. I want to see them keep him, develop him at 6'5", 240, the way he was running through people. He could be an option if somebody gets hurt. He could be an option at the goal line. He's made all the throws now, albeit it was against second and third stringers.
A throw is a throw, though.
But the throws look good. Yeah. And him running past and through people look good. So I want to keep him. Cooper Rush has been a backup and has filled in the NFL before. So the question becomes, who's better if there is going to be an extra quarterback? And with Tua, I think this is a big audition for him tomorrow night, because if he just looks bad, if he's lost it, that's a problem. And it doesn't cost you but $1 billion to get a look at him if you let him go. I would just like to think that a guy who once led the NFL in passer completion percentage, he can throw the football too. But with his history of concussions, what happened at the end of Miami where the offensive line didn't take care of him, and maybe he's seeing ghosts out there. Maybe he's not who he is in a live situation. And Miami just said, take the 160 whatever million
that they did
and get on out of here. That says something. So, if they cut Tua and said, look, Cooper Rush will be the backup if Michael Penix starts, or Cooper Rush is going to start and Michael Penix will be the backup, I don't know. They can go in different directions, but for what you're paying Tua, keeping him or letting him go, the money doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, and yesterday I was saying go ahead and cut Cooper Rush. Looking up what he's making, I mean, him and Tua are making around the same. Cooper Rush is making right over $1 million, and then got a salary cap hit of $1,075,000. So I mean, they are getting paid around the same amount of money, but I still would go cut Cooper Rush. You just know exactly what you have out of Cooper Rush, and I just think with Tua, even if he's not your guy that's playing, I think Jack Strand can learn a little bit more from somebody who's been a starting quarterback for a longer period of time. Now, I don't know the type of people that Cooper Rush is and Tua really are as teammates, but Tua's been the guy on a team. He's done it at a high level sometimes, and he looks like he's a professional. Not saying Cooper Rush isn't. I'm just saying Tua looks like a professional. And maybe that's somebody that Jack Strand, even Penix, that whole quarterback room can kind of learn from, even if he isn't the guy you have out on the field, since they getting paid the same. I would go cut Cooper Rush, let Tua stay.
And we need somebody with the arm. I mean, you've paid Kyle Pitts, you've paid Drake London big money, so somebody's got to get the ball down the field. Michael Penix Jr. clearly has a big arm, but he needs to work on his completion percentage. So whoever's backing up, whoever you're going to keep around, you're still going to have to play football for 17 weeks. So you need somebody who's got the arm to get the ball down the field, push the ball down the field, get it to Drake London, get it to Zachariah Branch, get it to Kyle Pitts, get it to Bijan if he's running wheel routes and coming out of the backfield. You're going to have a quarterback that can utilize these weapons, because with the absences of the pieces on defense we're going to have, your offense might have to be the defense, because there is no Jalen Walker and there is no James Pierce Jr. for the first 8 games of the season because of his suspension.
So right before you chime in, B-Rich, just tell you Tua salary, 12, 15, 1 million, 215 is what he making.
Okay, cool. I want to ask y'all 2 questions. First question, yes or no, then second question, elaborate. All right, do y'all think the Falcons are going to make the playoffs this year?
No.
Okay, so why not give, if Penix isn't ready, why not give Jack Strand a chance to go, and then we get a chance to, throw away the season, get some experience from our guys, and get the first top 3
Can I
picks.
take this one first?
Go ahead, play.
I wouldn't put Jack Strand in as the starting quarterback right away. You don't want to shell shock a quarterback. No matter what. Like, it's hesitation in even starting a top 10 pick, top 5 pick. Not saying where you drafted determines how good of a quarterback you're going to be, but they don't even like throwing out the guys who necessarily are these really, really high picks. Let them have some time to grow. Let them have some time to mature in the offense. Let them have some time to develop and get coached up by the staff. I wouldn't put him out there right away. The expectations are super high on him already, and being an undrafted, you know what I'm saying, free agent that came in and has played against second and third string, and we all love what we're seeing from Jack Strand. I just think that's a lot to try to put on a quarterback right away. Let him get some time to learn, and I don't think Matty Ice, who knows what it takes to be a young quarterback in this league and all the pressure that's on, I don't think he would want to do that for Jack Strand or any quarterback anyway.
I agree. And look, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Now, he played at D2, so he hadn't played against D1, defensive tackles and D1 edge rushers, and that's not to say that he can't be successful, because he looks the part. I saw his throws. He looks the part. But playing at a lower level of football, even though he stayed for a long time, there are a lot of things that he has to get acclimated to before I would just turn it over, because he's looked well in preseason games. So he's somebody I think they should keep. I think you develop him, you keep him in some kind of way, put him on the practice squad, bring him up if you need to, but I would not throw Jack Strand out as a starter unless it is a dire emergency situation.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I want to see him build. I don't think he's going to make it through the practice squad. I think someone will cherry pick him off there. But I will say this. I am curious to see. He has the tools. He has the throws. I am curious to see when coaches scheme him, how he will react. I think that's his issue. I think it's in his head. I think once he learns the system and can figure out how they're scheming him, I think he can become a great quarterback.
I think he's got a great opportunity to come from where he has come from and not come from a big school, have a lot of hype and fanfare. He's going to earn it based on his merit, which is what we're all looking for. We want somebody to earn the quarterback position for the Atlanta Falcons. In fairness to Michael Penix, he's the starter. The starter got hurt. So because he's injured, he is waiting to become healthy to get his starting position back. That creates opportunity for Tua or for Jack Strand in these preseason games to give the staff, the new staff who didn't pick any one of those guys except for Jack Strand, the opportunity to get out there and show that they could be of value to the franchise. So whoever is going to be the quarterback will have to earn it. And it's just frustrating because it felt like we were going to get a quarterback battle, quarterback competition, and now here we are at the end of preseason, and we don't know anything, and we don't even know who the starter will be named probably next week if he does it by Kevin Stefanski.
So let me ask you guys. Did you have something you want to ask?
One more thing. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So look, Tua starts game 1 against the Steelers up in Pittsburgh. What are your expectations from Tua if he starts game 1?
He doesn't have the arm, but he's got on-field experience, and he has played with some weapons. When he had Tyreek Hill and a weapon and a little bit of time to throw the ball, he was an effective quarterback. So now he's going to have Bijan Robinson. He's going to have Drake London. He's going to have Kyle Pitts, big targets down the field. He's going to have Zachariah Branch underneath, and who knows, maybe being a deep threat as well. I'm going to expect him to take care of that pig. He cannot go out there and turn the pig over. And if he could make the throws down the field, that would be great. But I'm expecting him to not turn the ball over and be an enemy from within, assist the enemy in putting more pressure on a coaching staff that's doing it for the first time. Because remember, Tommy Rees, your offensive coordinator, is calling the plays, not Kevin Stefanski.
Yep.
And he's done it the last 2 years. And they had quarterback questions, a bunch of quarterback turnovers, and their offense was bad. So he has to prove with the weapons he has, he can utilize these things and put some points on the board. So I'm expecting Tua to take care of the pig, move the ball effectively, and not do too much. He's got a decent left side of the offensive line, a really good running back who could be maybe an MVP candidate, and some people to help him. I do not need him to be the hero, and I do not need him turning over the pig.
I agree.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you got to say.
What I'm going to say is going to be so repetitive. People don't want to hear that.
That's it.
My man say, yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and say the same shit.
Man, you could have gave some numbers or something, man. One touchdown, one interception, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But
I know what I was gonna say.
we can do that next week before the actual first game of the season.
I know what I was gonna say. All right, things can change quickly. Remember the Broncos game? We always panicking. This. Next week we show good. What if tomorrow night Tua goes out and does well, does very well? We'll see, man.
I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I've always hated preseason because I was a season ticket holder for more than 20 years. And I thought it was the biggest money grab in the history of the NFL because what they do is they take whatever you're paying for your ticket prices and divide it by the number of home games. And when I started years ago in the Dome, you used to have 8 regular season games and 2 when they had 2 preseason games. So they were divided by 10. So they charge you full price. They charge the fans full price for a glorified scrimmage. So I've always had a problem with preseason because you're not really seeing a real game. I think the better work is done when you do what the Falcons have done and a lot of teams do now, the joint practices leading up to a game. So that joint practice session on I think it was Wednesday and Thursday with the Colts, when you're really at least tackling a little bit, you're having some drills where you can work on 2-minute offense, you can work on goal line, you can work on 4th down plays. To me, that's when you get a better measurement of the time and a better use of the time out there. That being said, B. Rich, if he cleans it up, he's supposed to, because not to sound like a total hypocrite, to go out as a veteran and run an offense in a preseason game where the other team won't be playing all of their players, you should be able to get a few first downs. You should be able to take the team down the field, get a field goal or a touchdown on 1 or 2 drives, and just make it look like you have seen some football before. So if they score, great. He's cleaned it up. He had a chance to redeem himself. If he doesn't score, but he doesn't take, horrific care of the football, that's an improvement. If he looks bad again, I'm going to say, how come all of these other veteran quarterbacks around the NFL that are going in, Kirk Cousins and Jameis Winston, they just go out there, they run their plays, they go sit down, they got their work in, and it's over. Why couldn't Tua do that when he's been a veteran for many years in the NFL?
Yeah, man. Look, we got a lot of people in the chat, man. We want to just say what's up to y'all. We're going to get to some comments in a minute. Before we do that, I do want to take a break, take the time to make sure y'all sign up if you haven't already. If you want to go on our bus trip to New Orleans, yes, we are taking a bus trip to New Orleans for the Monday night football game. The trip was going to be from the 4th through the 6th, but we just added an extra day. So now we are leaving on Saturday, leaving Atlanta, get down to New Orleans. We're going to stop in Biloxi, then get to New Orleans. We will be in New Orleans Saturday, Sunday, Monday, leave Tuesday morning. So that is 3 days in the hotel. Come back on the 4th day. Same price, $560 for your hotel room, the bus ride down, and a ticket to the game. $460 if you just want to ride the bus, get a hotel, and hang out in New Orleans. We're going to have fun. I'll be on the trip. Be Rich will be on the trip. And Stiller Mike, our boy Stiller Mike, will be on the trip. Yes, wearing all of his Steelers gear. He will be on the trip. So we got one.
Boom.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So look, the thing about it, like that's our boy. He's part of the show. That's like one of my brothers, man, one of the closest people to me. He is all things Atlanta except the Atlanta Falcons. He wears a Steelers shirt with the black A hat with the yellow or the gold A on it to match his Pittsburgh.
You know who the Cousins are? They're the Cowboy fans.
Oh, okay.
All up Glenwood, all down Candler Road, with the Braves, with the Hawks, and then they put on the Cowboys funky paraphernalia when the football season rolls.
Always screaming Cowboys, Cowboys.
You know what that is?
What?
Because in the 70s,
they were on TV.
When they were on TV and they were going to the Super Bowls, the Steelers and the Cowboys were winning. So they saw, people who are our age saw them as kids growing up, and then their fathers saw them growing up, and they were fans. So that's why, only because they were winning 50 years ago. That's the only reason.
Yeah, hold on, B. I gotta say one more thing about these announcements. Then also, we want to let you guys know we're a part of an event that's happening September the 6th. This is something that all you Falcon fans, please put a 1 in the chat if you're excited about this. Soon as the promotional materials are finished, we will start rolling them out, and you will see them from this particular person and player's page. There is an event happening at Philly G's off of Glenwood, off of East Lake. that AJ Terrell, who is co-owner in Philly G's, he will be there. His brother Avion will be there, and it will be an autograph signing for the fans. That's happening September the 6th at Philly G's, the East Lake location. The Waterboyz Show will be in the building. We will be talking to AJ and Avion. That will be 2 p.m. September the 6th. It's free for you to come out. Come out, check out his restaurant, meet him, meet his brother. I'm sure his family will be there. It's a good time. I can't promise you any other Falcons will be there, but AJ Terrell 100% will be there. It's his restaurant, making sure all Falcon fans come out and support a restaurant that's actually owned by one of your players that plays for the team you love. That's September the 6th, and then on September the 13th, we will be doing a watch party from his restaurant as well for the Falcons and Steelers. First game of the year, me and B Rich and the Waterboyz Show, our whole team will be in the building. Y'all come out. It's going to be special. It's going to be some free food that'll be given away. That's September the 13th. But before that, that's next Sunday, I think that is. That's not this Sunday coming up, but 2 Sundays from now, September the 6th. Come out, meet AJ Terrell, 2 p.m. at Philly G's, the East Lake location. You will see it promoted from his page, our page, and many more. Please, please come out. Let's bring this Falcon community out, support this guy, and support his restaurant.
In case you don't know what Philly G's is, Philly G's steak, Philly G's cheesesteaks, man. They're very, very good, man. I've had them a lot.
Oh, yeah, I go to the Works.
Yeah, you go to the one to work. Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, those cheesesteaks are on point.
If you look at the screen, man, you'll see the waterboyzshow.com. That's where you can go get all the information. I have the Philly G's link up later on today. But if you want to get the trip to New Orleans, go to that website. You can sign up there. Just click the link.
Yep. Go to the waterboyzshow.com, man. So, yeah, look, please come out. Come on the bus trip. Come out and support AJ on September the 6th. We will be talking to him, talking to his brother. It'll be a good time for you to hear like some of his thoughts before the season. It's going to be a good event. He will be signing autographs. Come out and support, man. So, yeah, man, we just had to do a little house business, talk about some of the things that we have going on. So have you thought about, like, typically I don't really get into predictions, and I know you and I both said when B. Rich asked us, we don't necessarily see the Atlanta Falcons making the playoffs, and I typically don't even give an exact prediction until preseason's over with because you never know who comes out healthy, who makes the team. But I know you said no playoffs, but around where do you see the Falcons landing when it comes to record-wise and even in this division?
Boy, Vegas has the perfect number. They say 7.5 is the over-under. And, you know, that's spot on because if things go well, you know, you could maybe win 8 or 9 games. You win in 9 games, you're right there in the mix to, you know, compete for the division title and host a playoff game. If things go left, then it probably will be less than 7.5 games. Now you're talking about, you know, 5-game season of wins and things are really bad. You know, I'm looking at, we had horrific coaching last year and you were 1 game short of missing the playoffs. And you look at, you know, missed field goals. You look at that horrific special teams game against the Jets, 34-10 beat down from the Dolphins at home last year. You know, 3 games right there. The Colts game where Jonathan Taylor rushed for about 500 yards and you knew they were going to give him the ball. So you had one of those horrific games that made the difference last year. So on the positive side, yeah, if things go well, you figure out the quarterback situation, you win some games at home, you stay around 500 with, you know, a tough schedule. I mean, you got the stuff you had to go through. You got to go through Ravens and Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears and the 49ers and the Chiefs. You know, it's not going to be easy. The Steelers open up the season. If you could just stay around 500, yeah, the ceiling could be over the 7.5 and maybe get yourself a chance the last 2 weeks to get to the playoffs. And this thing goes left, man, it could be top 10 pick all over again. And you really, if there's an injury to one of these quarterbacks, you really have to think, I think, about finding a quarterback coming into the NFL next year.
How I want to see it, if we are going to not blanket playoffs, I don't want to be in the middle of the pack. I want to be in the top of the pack. I'm picking top. I want to be in the top 10 for sure. But if we can make the playoffs, of course I want to make the playoffs. I definitely want to see that. Matt Ryan legacy, I want to see start off great. But as we've all experienced with first-year coaches, first-year GMs, first-year presidents, well, I've never experienced a first-year president like we have to this level, but I expect a long season with those equations, with that formula. But I can see us developing. I don't want to waste another year of Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. But, we renewed them for new contracts, extended their contracts so they'll be here a little longer. So I just pray that, they have successful seasons, that the Falcons can make the playoffs. But if we don't, man, I want us to pick in the top 10.
Let's go through the schedule right quick. We all talked about it. It's tough. It's tough, guys. But look, in the NFL every year, so this is where us as fans, we get some hope, because every year there's gonna be, this is the season. Somebody's season was up, it's gonna get turned down. Somebody's season was down, and they're gonna be on the up. You never know if it's your team, and it can shock you and surprise you. So there's always hope from every NFL team, every NFL fan, that possibly things can go well. Now, we all three of us want the season to go well. We're just saying, with all the things that they're facing and some of the situations they're in, quarterback wise and new coach, it may be kind of tough on them. But let's go through these first few games, because it is tough. You start off at Pittsburgh. Game number 1. You got to go to Pittsburgh. Now, I don't think Pittsburgh, at least in the last 2-3 years, it hasn't been the Pittsburgh that we have become accustomed to over the years, where you really feel like it's a dominating team coming in. But still, anytime you got to go play up in Pittsburgh, see those terrible towels being waved around, that crazy fan base, especially on week 1, that's tough. That can be a tough order. So they go to Pittsburgh. After that, we come home. We face Carolina. But hey, if Bryce Young play against the Falcons every year, that's how you gonna get a contract. I mean, just send on the Falcons tape.
Look at his stats outside of playing the Falcons. He's a totally different dude. It is incredible what he's been able to do to us. Yeah. 400-yard games, 3 and 4 touchdown games. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what happens when Bryce plays against the Falcons, but like you said, he goes in the phone booth, comes back out with the cape on, my guy. Yeah. And then after that, we play a Thursday night game, which is early, but we play a Thursday night game after Carolina. We have to go up to Green Bay. Now, I'm glad we're doing it early in the year not in the snow. You know what I mean? When it's super cold. But still, Thursday night game at Green Bay, that's a tough order. Then after that,
and Micah Parsons still banged up, so we'll miss him in it. That is early in the season. That'll be one less dude chasing our quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. And then after that, we talked about it. The bus trip, come kick it with us. October the 5th on Monday night, we go down and play those Aints, the team that can't. We go down to New Orleans, and no matter how we look at it, no matter how the teams go, it's always a battle between the Falcons and the Saints. You never know which way it's going to go. A team could sweep, or they could go 500. It's just the way the series goes. Two teams hate each other. They bring the best out of each other, even when they both suck.
I remember the days, and y'all remember the days, don't you, New Orleans, when the Falcons beat y'all for 5 years straight, 10 times in a row. That's where I want to get back to, that kind of dominance in that series. So we'll see. Tyler Shuck having his second year. He looked okay at the end of the season, and they got some injuries too. So that's going to be an interesting game, because you got two teams still trying to find themselves early in the season, and then we get them for the second and finale at the end of the year. So that is going to be a very important game, I think, for both franchises right out the gate.
Yeah, I was talking to John Freaky on 92.9 The Game, and he was saying that he thought I was tripping because I said the first 5 games were tough. And he's like, he didn't think they were tough like I did. So I totally disagree with him, man. Like, the first 5 games are tough. Like, the division games, just because it's Carolina and New Orleans, don't mean that's a walk in the park, man. And then Pittsburgh, Green Bay, all those guys, man, those are teams we playing at their place, man, and they don't lose. And I think the Falcons have never won a game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the problem is also what we're missing on defense. We were trying to do the math of the guys who are not on the defense, and that includes Jalen Walker.
15 sacks.
No, it's over 30. If you talk about Caden Ellis and you talk about Arnold Ebiketie, the guys are having 2 sacks, 3 sacks. The guys that were here last year that aren't here anymore, there are more than 30 sacks missing from this team. So when you're talking about setting a franchise record and guys who are getting to the quarterback, you want to get to Tyler Shuck. You want to get to Bryce Young and try to rattle him. You know, it evens the playing field, not knowing what our defense is going to be without our 2 best edge rushers this year in the early part of the season and all season long for Jalen Walker.
Man, you know what? Let me tell you something, home team. I didn't realize that New Orleans Aints fans were so delusional. Because the ones that I meet, They just be regular people, but the ones that's in the chat, so we part of the NFC Roundtable. The NFC South Roundtable is the actual show that me and B Rich on. That we represent the Falcons. Where they have a content creator who represents the Panthers. We have one that represents the Bucks. His name is James. TJ represents the Saints, and then Clay represents the Panthers. But those Saints fans, dog, they be all in the chat like they think they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and I tell them you have to look at it from this standpoint. Y'all tell me what you guys think. I see the Aints being exactly where we were last year. It's some excitement about your rookie quarterback who came in, played near the end of the season. Now there's a lot of excitement. He did play well, so now things should be up and running. You add a little more to the offense, you add a little more to the defense. Now it's the second year. You look at your quarterback, maybe he'll build upon what he did the year before, and we should be rolling. But we've seen, and we learned last year, and we've learned by history in the NFL, that's not necessarily the case. So I think they automatically feel like their ticket is already punched, but they still have a lot of questions because you just don't know what you're going to get when you have to get a full season from Tyler. Can he come out there and ball out? Yeah, he could come out there and shock everybody and just ball completely crazy. But could it also go left where he doesn't live up to the expectations? It could go that way as well.
Oh, you should know that anybody who walks out in public with Saints gear on is delusional. And you should know they can't accept the facts. Yeah, they got the Super Bowl, but what they fail to talk about, they cheated to get it. Their coach was suspended, got the biggest fine in the history of the NFL for their cheating and trying to injure players on purpose, having bounties on people for the love of God. Playboy, Is that what you're supposed to do? Jonathan Vilma was fine. I mean, biggest fine, an embarrassment. So they're delusional walking out like that. And we beat them twice last year when we didn't have a great team. So both of those franchises, both of the fan bases know that's the game. That is the series that everybody wants to get, no matter the state of the franchise. And I think it's going to be interesting because Tyler Shuck did get in and he's going to be their starter, and we don't know who our starter is, how the Falcons found a way by the time we get to that game to have some consistency is going to be very interesting for me.
All right,
Trey,
man.
when you did the NFC South Roundtable, were there any Falcon fans that came and defended you this time?
Yeah, man. With some Falcon fans in the chat, but I couldn't really look at the chat the entire time because I was locked in on the show. But when I looked afterwards, I saw some comments, but I wasn't able to watch the chat the entire time because I was locked in the show. Yeah, if y'all get a chance, man, check us out on the NFC South Roundtable. B Rich will be back on this Tuesday, every Tuesday night during the season at 8 p.m. on their YouTube channel, the NFC South Roundtable. This is B Rich's week coming up. Make sure y'all come out and support us, man. It's a good time, and I can see things are about to start getting real crazy on that show. They start coming with memes, AI memes, all kind of stuff, man. So, hey, man, we just got to have our Falcons do some balling. So look,
somebody said trash ass stinks. They just stinks.
The stinks.
DJ Crucial, man. What's up?
I call them the boodats.
The boodats.
The boodats.
Hey, look. So after that, I'm just gonna do the first 7 games, right? Okay. Then after that, game 5, we face the Ravens here. That's always a tall order because the Ravens, no matter what, they like. I say the Falcons have to find what I feel like the Baltimore Ravens have, and when I say that, they have just straight up league and franchise and team identity. You expect certain things from the Baltimore Ravens. Is it that way every single year? Because of talent, sometimes it may dip a little bit, but for the most part, you expect a team that's going to be able to run the ball, that's going to be a decent offense, and that's going to be tough as hell on defense. You know what I'm saying? That's what you expect out of the Baltimore Ravens. And so I think no matter what, they're coming in here, and that's a tough team to play. I think the defense is going to be tough coming in with a new coach. We'll see what the offense does. I'm not saying the Falcons can't get a win, but you facing LaMarvelous. Somebody who called him LaMarvelous? Oh, LeJontay Wester. When he was on the show, he called him LaMarvelous. I say, hey, that might be the dopest nickname I heard for Lamar.
That's a game where the defense has to be on point. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He can score at the goal line. He's a threat. He's got a big, wiry arm. He can make all the throws. So that's a game where we have to know what our defense is when you have a 2-time MVP like Lamar Jackson coming in and it being at home. You don't want to give away opportunities to beat, even if they're good teams at home when you have a chance. So just hopeful is what I am. I'm hopeful that this team will have an identity by week 3. So when you get to that point of the schedule, you'll know what you have and how to attack that monster of a quarterback.
Then the next week, it doesn't get any easier when it comes to facing quarterbacks who improvise and who can pick them up and put them down with their legs. We face Chicago here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we have to face Caleb Williams. And this is year 2 of a Ben Johnson-led team. We saw what his offense was able to be done in Detroit. Looked like he didn't miss a beat when he moved over to Chicago. He got that offense running. Now it's 2 years in the system. They should be even better and more acclimated to the system. So we have to face Chicago. I think that's going to be a potentially tough game for the Atlanta Falcons. Caleb Williams, like I say, the improvisation, man, it could be a tough game for us.
And their coach, Ben Johnson, talking about trying to score 40 points a game. When you come out and you tell the other 31 teams, I want to set an NFL record for points per game and say 40 points per game, you're putting yourself on profile. And he wouldn't say that unless he really believes he's got something. So that could be one of those games where it turns out to be a shootout where, whoever's quarterbacking may have to match Caleb Williams and those offensive pieces that they invested highly in when they were building the first part of their team. That could be one of those games that turns out to be a shootout inside of the Benz.
Hey, they're saying that me and Aaron, home team's mics are low. If it's low, type 1 in the chat. Sorry about that. I just read that.
Okay, and last but not least, here comes the prodigal son, or should I say, the man whose name is one of those names that should not be mentioned in the city of Atlanta, who I know I always have some blasphemy because I want him to come back and be the Falcons coach. I pray the 49ers fire this man, and he comes back and rights his wrongs right here in the city of Atlanta. That's the way it should be. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, who under Kyle Shanahan, no matter what goes on, they can wheel people out in wheelchairs. In some kind of way, they find a way to throw screens, running back screens, wide receiver screens, tight end screens, and get down the field and score touchdowns and win games. They come to us in week 7. What do y'all think about that game?
You know what's interesting about that game? The most interesting point that we haven't even thought about?
What's that?
Who's coaching the defense? Raheem Morris. We have to go against Raheem Morris, and he is going to have it out for the Atlanta Falcons. It seems like every year, man, we play somebody that was something big with the Falcons. Either it's Dan Quinn, either it's Michael Vick, either it's Deion Sanders, either this. We always have something like that. So now this year it's Raheem Morris, and I definitely do not want to lose to the 49ers, Raheem Morris, and Kyle Shanahan.
I'm working on me, y'all, but I'm petty. For what Raheem Morris did the last 2 years and what Kyle Shanahan did in that Super Bowl, I want State Patrol to pull him over, take everybody off the bus, strip search them, and make them late to the game because they have set this fan base back, a long time. A lot of hurt has come because of those two coaches that are going to be in the building against our new staff trying to figure out and work through a whole lot. So you're right. The narrative for that game will be, the old coaches going up against the new coaches, the past versus the future. And we did not have a good time against Christian McCaffrey last year when they had everybody.
We were in that game,
and
too.
all we had to do was stop him, and we could not do it.
He was running up the middle, too.
Yeah, everybody knew what was going to him, man.
That's all they had, and that was enough to get it. So we certainly would like to see that turn around in our favor this year.
This is like the Georgia Tech Brent Keys wanting to beat Georgia every year. We got to beat the 49ers this year, and we got to beat the Saints.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, listen. I've been waiting on the 49ers to fail because I really want to see Kyle Shanahan come right his wrongs here. Everybody tells me I'm crazy. I don't care, man.
Agree.
Come back and fix it. But
Come back and fix it.
Yeah, man, this is the time, man, where we get to some comments. Look, because like we always say, this show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. We always want to make sure we show you guys love. So let's go through some comments.
Before we go through comments, let me say
What's
one
up?
thing.
What you want to say?
Hey, man, we've started a Waterboyz Madden League, man. We got a couple people signed up, man. It's about 28 teams left. I'm going to put the email in the chat. Email subject matter Madden and let us know if you're interested in being the Madden. I'll send the details to you, man. Make sure, man, we'll have fun. We have our fantasy league. We just filled that up. The prize is going to be $700 and second place $200, man. So, hey, man, be the best man win. And Madden is going to be $1,000 prize, man. So sign up. I just put the email in the chat. If you want to be part of the Madden league this year, you can be on Xbox or you can be on PS5. Let me know.
And same as we're doing for our fantasy league, the winner, if you're in town or if you can make it to town, you get an appearance here on the Waterboyz Show, get to sit down next to us just like home team is, and you get to chop it up and talk about these Atlanta Falcons, Braves, Hawks, Dream, United, whatever, Georgia Tech. We can talk about all things football, other teams, other conferences, other divisions. It's all good. You get to sit right here inside the building with me and B Rich and the rest of the Waterboyz Show team. And like I said, remember, man, September 6th, all y'all Falcon fans, come out, man. It's a free event. You can come out, meet AJ Terrell personally. He is signing autographs. Everybody rushes up, taking pictures, autographs. Everybody rushes up to training camp, rightfully so. But one of the best parts of training camp is when it ends and you get to get autographs from the players. Well, you got another player right there. You'll be supporting him and his restaurant, and supporting him and his family. Come out. He will be in the building. That's 2 p.m. at Philly G's Cheese Steaks. Yes, B Rich told y'all it's cheese steaks at the East Lake location off of Glenwood, right near the Publix. If you know anything about the East Side, across from where East Lake Meadows.
Trey, you know, I just thought of.
What's up?
We need to get some footballs and some basketballs, man. So when we have the guests come in, they need to sign them. I know they signed the wall, but man, we had a football with Champ Bailey on there with Bo Walker.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I got Crump to sign. I got Algie Crumpler to sign the football for both my sons.
Yeah, I remember Doug Snap, man. When we had met Kobe Bryant came to the studio one day, and they brought basketballs.
Okay.
And they made him sign them. I wish I would have got one of them balls. Did you keep one?
Yeah, but don't say made. That's right.
Oh no! They made them. They snuck them. How can he say no? You're in the studio. You got him cornered. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of a great night, Trey.
Jordan can say no.
Hey, listen. That was a great night, y'all, because I got a chance to sit there in the booth and listen to him talk, man, like for 30 minutes. I just was like, I mean, you know what? I wasn't a fan of Kobe because I was Dominique and this and that. But now looking back at it, I'm like, damn, I took that for granted.
Well, I was very fortunate. One of the best moments in my life in sports talk radio, I got a one-on-one with Kobe Bryant.
Awesome.
Years ago, quick story. You know, if a team is coming in from out of town, the Lakers come in, say they play in the Hawks on a Friday, they probably come in, they play on a Wednesday, come in, they fly out Wednesday night, come in Thursday. For whatever reason, they came in a day early. And at the time, I think the Hawks were coming off of a 26-win season, so the media, you know, most of them would go to Athens and cover the Bulldogs. So it was just a few people. God rest his soul. Sekou Smith and
Sekou died?
Yeah, he passed away from COVID. But he would go out there every day, and I would go down a lot of days, and then everybody would leave. I just happened to stick around. All of a sudden, the Lakers are coming in, and I was like, what are they doing here? And I said, hey, you guys open? And the PR guy said, yeah. I said, can you talk to some of the players? He said, yeah. He said, you want to talk to somebody? I said, yeah. Can I talk to him? Talk to him? He said, go ask him. And he was getting taped up, and he gave me 5 minutes all by myself. So I always tell the kids when I go talk to people, you know, stick around, don't leave just because it's time to go. You never know what conversation you could have, and it is one of the greatest moments of my broadcasting career.
Trey, ask B Reed what I told Cole.
Yeah, you told. I heard the story. You told him that Jordan's still better than him.
Oh boy,
What did he say when you said that? I forgot.
He just looked at me like, okay. And that was it. Because he was still playing.
Yeah.
So I guess he felt like, you know, I'm going to show him.
Yeah.
I remember at the time they were playing the Hawks. It was before they played them or either after. I can't remember. But he really gave Joe Johnson some props, man. He said Joe Johnson is one of the toughest players he's played against. He's very smart and very, very hard to stop as a scorer. So I was like, really? So
Joe's name came up. It'll be interesting to see what natural look, but his name came up for a Hall of Fame, and we'll see what his numbers, all of his All-Star appearances.
Man, he was good, man.
Joe,
like really, really good.
Joe Johnson was something else. I just think at the time, and it was funny now because he's dominating podcast world. At the time, he wasn't, you know, all over TV or hosting parties.
You didn't know you had that personality
right?
Like that.
And so I wonder if that, you know, people put his game in one place and his personality in another. But he was a baller and a dog every time he was out there for the Atlanta Hawks.
Man, it's funny how an athlete can hang them up, and then you finally start to see everything about their personality and be like, man, I love this guy. Like Marshawn Lynch is one of those guys. I like Marshawn Lynch anyway, but now in his post-playing career, man, dog, he is a media gem. I want to hear Beast Mode talk every time he says something.
Jeff Teague.
You know, Jeff Teague
was awesome because he always talked to the media. He always, you know, helped us out do our job so we could get the sound bites to the fans. But, you know, he didn't give us the personality he's given on his show now.
He's hilarious.
That Joker is something else. So it's good to see him be successful in those worlds. And Joe, too, and all those players, you know, now that the podcast world allows you to be exactly who you are whenever you want to be.
Man, let's get to some of these comments, man. We want to make sure we shout y'all out.
Yes.
We can start right down here at the bottom, and then we can work our way back up to the top of some of the older comments. Kevin Janke, he's part of the Fantasy Football League. He said, can't wait to sit next to y'all and talk ball. I'll be buying my plane ticket soon.
So he said he gonna win.
He gonna win.
Right.
Okay.
He's saying lock him in.
Interesting fact about Kevin, man. I got to say this every time because this is something I would love. He has 2 live-in girlfriends with him. And they're like Three's Company, man. Come and knock on my door. Hey, man, he's living
Kevin,
life,
a.k.a. Jack Triple, man.
Up in Denver, man. Up in Denver. Shouts out to Kevin,
A.K.A.
man.
Jack Triple. Then we got Shay Michelle, 17. She said, East Side. You already know.
East
There you
Side.
go. Home team, man. Home team.
285
from the East
and
Side.
Hey, I got
I-20.
East Side
Yeah.
connections, too.
Nah, don't try to come over with Doug. You see him trying to switch on y'all.
That's the West
Hold on.
Side.
He ain't West Side. He ain't Southwest for real. He trying to switch sides.
I'm a claim Southwest.
Doug, you see him?
Let me talk. I'm a claim Southwest Atlanta. But
It don't
I
feel
was
like
born at Piedmont and was taken home to Decatur, Georgia. Like, I left Piedmont and went to my mom's house in Decatur, Georgia off Hooper Street. If you know about Hooper Street, that's the street I grew up on as a child. I moved to Southwest Atlanta when I was in the 3rd grade, and I went to St. Anthony's. And then I went to Romar Academy, and then I went to Fickett.
He done switched on y'all. He done switched on y'all.
I'm just saying. I went
He
to.
done switched on
I went to.
y'all,
Hold
though.
on. I went to.
He done switched on y'all.
If anybody know about, I went to Storybook and I went to Candy Cane, and I was supposed to go to
Candy Cane City.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Tilson, but I left and didn't go to Tilson. So I do have Decatur ties.
Hey man, what's that famous rap line? We don't believe you. You need more people.
Hey, look, man. I got ties to the east side because my mom was there when I was born. Then we moved to the west side, so I remember the west side better than I remember.
Did you ever
being
eat
born.
at the Pizza Hut off of Glenwood?
Yes.
Did you ever play ball at Exchange Park?
No.
Top
I played at
Train.
Ben Hill. I'm Ben Hill Tiger.
Oh, that was a
I'm
good
Crystal
program.
Park right here, baby.
Hey,
Y'all Rattlers go.
Yeah,
We Glenwood
I
Hill
was too
Panthers
young
over
to
there.
play then, but I mean, I remember being
said
in
he was too
Decatur.
young.
I remember being in Decatur. I was in what? I was
Come on,
from
B.
infant
Trey.
to 3rd grade, bro.
Yeah.
He's
Listen,
trying
B.
to sell it. I'm gonna let him have it.
Listen, B, we all respect the fact that you from Colorado. Nobody holds that. Nobody holds that
Atlanta,
against
right?
you. Nobody holds that against
So,
you,
I'm
my
finna
guy.
shut him up.
At all.
I'm finna shut
Nobody
him
holds that against you.
He graduated from McNasty.
Okay, the Mustangs.
That's
I mean, you're
McNair
not gonna
Mustangs.
disrespect my high school.
McNasty.
It's McNair. And the fact
Right.
you disrespect this man, lost his life trying to go to outer
done
space.
thought about it.
That's
He done
terrible.
thought about
I said that the last show. It's terrible.
That don't work. That don't
I
work.
terrible. But listen,
Everybody's school, that person done died.
So I don't go to the homecoming games, but they got a homecoming game coming up. This is what I want you to do.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna
Let's
say
do-
McNasty. I'm gonna say
But please,
McNasty.
You're gonna have a whole bunch of 50-year-old ninjas chasing you out.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up.
Chasing you out of Godfrey Stadium.
I'm gonna have Aaron in front of me.
Man, boy, you better stop.
That's what
Don't
I'm
try to
saying.
put Aaron in it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
there.
Let's keep on going, man. We all know you from Colorado. Man had a whole family reunion out in Colorado one time. That time they came had a whole cookout in his honor. In
That's a
Colorado.
lie, Cap.
We didn't have a cookout out there, and your whole family was out there in Colorado. That didn't happen.
That wasn't no family reunion.
Your whole family was there.
I don't remember my whole family.
We did it at a park. You made your famous burgers.
I don't remember that. I thought that was in Orlando.
Boy, you better stop.
I
We
thought
did that out in Colorado. Everybody, all your family, Colorado family came. It's so glad you're home, B. And they came.
He just lied.
How am I lying?
Nobody said I'm glad you home.
Derek came
He just said,
out.
I'm glad
His
you
wife
home.
Came out. Benita came
No
out.
one said-
I'm naming folks in the family. They might not even want to be named.
Wow,
I'm just
you got a
naming
good
folks.
memory,
Your
Trey.
mom flew out. Everybody was out there.
Raisins and potato salad.
No, they black now.
Wear their t-shirts.
Now listen, that side is family black. Now, they had to
raisins in the
they-
potato
They had to
salad.
make sure to let
That was
him know. Listen, they had to make sure to let him know.
laughing at
Hey B, we're not gonna fix potato salad with raisins in it. We know that was your afternoon snack when you got home from Colorado Elementary. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Celery, peanut butter, and raisins.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah.
disclaimer, I am not from Colorado. I'm from Southwest Atlanta, Decatur, Piedmont.
It must be a street
All
called
that
Southwest
bull-
Atlanta in Colorado.
said it quite a few places.
Y'all got a Southwest Atlanta street in Colorado.
I lived from Colorado from the
Rockies.
5th to the 9th grade.
From
No,
how long?
6th to the 9th grade.
No, them your wonder years.
Formative years.
4 years. Those are your wonder years.
Nah, bro.
You might as well be from there.
No.
They did a whole TV show about the wonder years. Am I correct?
That's a long time.
It's all good, dog. Claim it, man. Claim
Not
it.
claiming that ish.
Hey, man, let's go on up, man. Then we got Archangel. What did he say? He said we gotta beat the Panthers. Their fans been talking more ish than the Aints fans lately.
He's right.
Man, they swept us. And shout out to my barber Snoop. My barber Snoop, man, great guy, man. Like, man, I consider him more than just a barber now. That's one of my partners, one of my friends. He is a Panthers fan, and boy, he be talking big boy trash when I'm in the barbershop.
My brother-in-law, Mercida, he played at University of North Carolina. He's from North Carolina, so he's a diehard Panther fan.
Yeah.
He's not really much of a trash talker. That joker has been talking more trash than a sanitation company about what the Falcons suffered from the Panthers. Yeah, we have to get them too, because we can't let them turn the corner and run away. This is a big year for Bryce Young to see if he just had one good year or if he's the real deal. And we have to stop it.
Yeah, then we got Junebug. I agree wholeheartedly, home team. He said, we just need somebody to manage the game. He's talking about the quarterback position. Too much talent on offense not to win. Defense will be better and help close out games. Look at the 2000 Ravens and 2002 Bucks. No star QB, but a good team. Listen, I will give him that. Those were good teams. But as much as I like our defense, and I think we have really good players, do we really have a Bucks type defense, like a Ravens? Like, those defenses, both of them, were littered with Hall of Famers all across the board. And even some that, I don't know, did Simeon Rice finally make the Hall of Fame? I know Warren Sapp has been lobbying for him to make it, but if not, that's another player who could potentially be in the Hall of Fame that was on that Bucks defense in 2002.
Well, we're not there yet, man.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We need pieces. You just saw Tampa re-sign Vita Vea. We need a Vita Vea.
Oh, so they finally got him to come back.
Yeah, they got the deal done.
No, he has not made the Hall of Fame yet, Simeon Rice.
Okay. I know Warren Sapp been lobbying.
We need an anchor up front. We let our tackling leader go, Caden Ellis, back to the Saints.
He went back home.
So I have concerns. I'm more comfortable with the offense because they played together now for a few years, if we can figure out the quarterback thing. But they're now the leaders of the team. I'm really concerned about the defense because we're just not going to have Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker was going to be a team captain. And, not having James Pierce Jr., 10.5 sacks his rookie year, man, he's ready to become one of the studs of the league, and we're going to miss him for 8 games. I'm concerned about our defense.
Yeah, so, but look, Junebug, we're both with you and believing the defense will be better. We're just saying we don't think that we have those level of players just yet, though we have really good players. Jesse Bates, Xavier Watts, AJ. We got Brandon Doyle. So, like, we do have players and pieces. We're just not where those defenses were. But let's see what Brick can do. Yeah. I think everyone at this table and everyone in the chat believes in Oil Brick as a coach.
Yeah, so he took what he had and he got the most out of it last year for sure.
I'm not worried about the defense. I think Oil Brick will have them playing right, man.
I'm not worried about them either. But
what are y'all saying? Y'all are not worried about Oil Brick? Or you're not worried about the defense?
No, what I'm saying is this.
I believe in the coach.
I think he got a lot of parts out there on 1-year contracts that's going to play for some time, and they want to make their money. So I feel like he's going to have them in position to get to the ball. I think the thing that changed was he wanted to do a 4-man rush. He's going to go back to scheming the sacks, and he's going to do it. He's just that smart. So I'm not as worried. I do want Jalen Walker. I do want JPJ, but I feel like he's gonna make it work. He's gonna make it do what it do. But I believe in Jeff Aubrey.
And when I say I'm not worried about defense, I'm talking from a standpoint. I'm not worried about them being our Achilles heel. Now I don't know if they'll be our anchor though. And your anchor is this is not budging. I don't know. I don't know if we will be in the middle or if we can progress. Hopefully we can add on to that. But we lost important pieces. To your point, I hadn't even. So when we've been talking about the defense, and I'm about to start back reading comments, I haven't even thought about adding Caden Ellis to the equation, adding Arnold, AKA, you know what I'm saying? Should I say AK-47? Whether you Ebiketie, I hadn't even thought about adding him because I was so frustrated with him. He didn't progress the way I wanted, but he still added to the team, and other players who added, now they're replaced by other guys that we're hoping can come in and mimic that same production, but we'll see.
Yeah, to B. Rich's point, You got guys on one-year deals, so you want to stick around in the NFL, you got to have some good tape. You got to have some good moments, impactful moments. So there's going to be some guys out there balling. It's just you need a unit, and you need some. I like to have a team captain at every level. One at the defensive line, one at your linebackers, one in the back end. We know A.J. Terrell and Jesse Bates. Those are guys we can count on. You got some young guys coming in with Avion Terrell, but our defensive line, even last year with all the sacks, we gave up a lot of yards on the ground. So how do we stop the run and try to get those sack numbers? I'm hopeful, but those guys have to be drafted and have to be developed. And I don't know if we have all of the horses to run that race to have a legit top 15, top 10 defense the whole season. Hopefully we do. We'll just have to wait and see.
I know we're going through comments, but I want to take the time for our fans to get to know who you are and how you got started. Because I feel like you're one of us. You told a story before, but that was the beginning of our journey. We've kind of got some fans behind us. And I want them to hear your journey, man. I didn't know home team, but I knew home team. I was a pharmaceutical rep, and I was driving up and down Georgia, from city to city, calling on doctors. And he was a call in to this station called 790 The Zone, and I would listen to them faithfully. And for him to be at 680 The Fan, working with some of the people that I listened to, and I got a chance to meet them the other day, it was surreal to me. But he used to call into his show, and he was an avid caller, and he always had good points. But tell him the story on how you got in radio, man.
I'm one of the luckiest dudes in the history of sports media. I wanted to be a sports agent. So at the time, I was in school at dear old Morehouse College, and I would go to school in the morning, and then I worked at a bank in the afternoon into the night. And then I would take my lunch break at the same time. So I used to listen to the same show on 790. And one day, we're actually good friends now, show I was listening to with Jamie Dukes, former Atlanta Falcon, and Matt Stewart, ATL broadcasting legend. They had a show called Crunch Time. It would be at the same time I go to lunch. So I sit in my car, eat my lunch, and listen to them. They were both off. And my man Mitch Evans from New York, diehard Yankee fan, Jets fan, he all New York. He's filling in. He was talking crazy about the Braves and Chipper Jones, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I called in, and I was like, hey, man, you're part of the problem. What's wrong with Atlanta? We need somebody from Atlanta for Atlanta at the radio station, and not somebody like you. And I think he tried to punk me and just tried to pull my card. And he says, well, if you think you can do better, why don't you come down here? And I said, I'll be there. So I took off work the next week, went down there, and I kind of like y'all was sitting in. He just let me sit in and be part of the show. And at the time, I was writing for our school newspaper, the Maroon Tiger. I said, let me just go down here, see if I can go get some sports interviews for the paper, and just see what goes on. And then he put me on the spot. He said, all right, here's your shot, big time. And he used to do the sports updates, and he just handed it to me. And I think his point was to try to embarrass me, but I listened every day on my lunch break. So I said, all right, he wrote it. Boom, they hit the music, and I was like, Braves beat the Dodgers 2-0. Chipper Jones with a 2-run shot. Hawks getting ready for training camp. We'll see what Josh Smith has. And we get ready for the Falcons. And I'm Brandon Leak filling in for this sucker right here on 790 The Zone. Everybody fell out. And I said, hey, man, we have to do the intern around here. Started interning. They let me intern. Asked for more opportunities. Let me go to the Braves clubhouse, Georgia Tech locker room, Hawks locker room, Falcons. Wow. One thing led to another. Started letting me doing updates on the weekend. Started producing. 2 Live Stews came and got to produce them. I was their first producer. Shout out. I saw them online. Shout out to Ryan and Doug Stewart. They did a good job. Doug and I always joke, if we had trademarked 2 Live Stews 20 years ago, we would have been retired 20 years ago. They were rolling. Yes. And we didn't know what we were doing. And I had a good time. And one thing led to another. Afternoon drive at 790 The Zone, came over to 680 The Fan about 15 years ago, and now I do morning drive with my boys, John Michaels from Miami and Falcons legend Brian Finneran, 6 to 10 on your way into work or wherever you're going on 680 The Fan. So I'm a lucky guy and very, very blessed and fortunate, and just try to make sure I get to infotain the people from Atlanta.
Man, hey, look, man,
if you're from the east side or not.
Yeah, man. Even if you're from Colorado, man, we accept you in here.
Colorado.
I rebuke that.
We rebuke Colorado.
It's not wrong with Colorado, but I'm from Atlanta, man.
That man said, I rebuke that.
I do. I'm not going to be put in that, man.
There you go. No. Well, you've been representing Dave for a while.
Exactly, man. I wear an A-hat every day of my life. for years. For
Okay.
years.
So I tell people, man, live your dream. Whatever your passion is, have a backup plan and put some money in your pocket while you're doing it. But man, live your dream because dreams do come true. And if you're passionate about something and you're persistent, sometimes you'll get what you're looking for and even more.
Man, and I'm gonna say this right before I jump back into the comments and shout y'all out. You're exactly right, and I don't feel like we should ever let age get in our way. You know what I'm saying? At the age that me and B Rich started this podcast, he likes to say he's 30, so y'all believe whatever y'all want.
He looks 30.
26.
Boy, you better stop. Home team being a good friend. It's okay. It's okay.
He just mad.
What I'm mad about?
I don't know.
I ain't mad about nothing.
Go ahead.
I ain't think I'd live past 25. God is good, my guy.
That's true.
That's
God
true.
is good.
Got
You know what I'm
25.
saying? But to be the age that we are now and starting this and chasing a dream, following something that, man, it was in my like just system, man, in my heart, in my gut for years to just do a podcast. Like since 2013, like everybody around me, I started talking about this in 2013 before podcasting was extremely popular. I was talking about doing it. And finally, we got our behinds up with the help of Aaron, old staring Aaron. Aaron came and filmed us, and we just started. And when I tell you, this has been one of the best decisions that we have ever made. The things that we've been able to do, the people, the people who support us, being able to interact with them, meet them out and about, and the athletes that we run across, the personalities such as yourself that we run across, and the opportunities that are now starting to come our way. It's just amazing. So your home team is right. You have a dream, man, just chase it. And it's never too late. And also, you're never too young. You know what I mean? Now, if you're 10 years old and want to be a doctor, you can't go right into the emergency room, or you can't go right into
Hauser,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't go right in the operating room then, but you can start your journey to chasing whatever you want to chase. You're never too young. You're never too old.
Home team, one of our first guests.
Yes.
Yeah. He was one of our first. I was in that first 5 to 10 guests. Home team was one of our first.
And I wanted to be a sports agent. I wanted to be a sports agent, and then just
You was watching Jerry Maguire, huh?
Well, Jerry did pretty well when he followed his passion too. He did.
Show me the money. Jerry's just started with, hey, whatever my client want me to scream. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to these comments. So Q Brew 702. I saw this earlier when we were talking about the Bears. I think it's hilarious, but listen, man, that's how I got. I forever have a place in my heart for Grady.
That's right.
He said, when we talked about the Bears, he said, just run right at Grady Jarrett.
Oh no, we're not going. I'm not going to.
Yeah, we're not going to do Grady.
No,
like that.
Grady did some good work here in the city.
Man.
He's at the end of his career.
Yes.
You can be honest. He's at the end of his career,
Yeah.
and what people don't know, I've talked to Grady a couple of times. Got a personal relationship, but he was injured when he started working with the Bears. So he has been working through a lot of things, and he's trying to be that veteran, trying to get back to right. And I think he still has something to give as a veteran. But yeah, he's at the end of his career. But hey, you play more than a decade in the NFL. He's made it to 3-4 contracts. He's successful, and I think he's got a little juice left in the tank. He's got a little bit of juice. He's got something left.
And like you say, man, no Grady Jarrett slander. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny when Q.
I don't want Grady to win. He come in, I want Grady to be
we don't want
mad.
to
Grady,
win.
You with them now, so you can go out here with a loss. But
yeah,
he
but
can still play.
we still gonna give you your respect. Yeah. I will say, if you guys haven't seen it, if you want to see something that was personal, something that was genuine about Grady Jarrett, go watch the AJ Terrell interview that we did with AJ Terrell last year when we asked him about Grady Jarrett. He said, "Wow, nobody's ever asked me about Grady," and he got honest about his friendship with Grady Jarrett and how much it hurt him. And he went to Grady's house. As soon as he heard they were letting Grady go, he went to Grady's house, and they were just there all night, just talking. Like, when you hear that from players, we don't as fans know how deep some of these relationships go. And to just hear AJ Terrell talk about him and the way he talks about him, it's just really dope. So if you want to hear some good thoughts on Grady Jarrett from one of the players, another player that we love, and AJ Terrell, go look at the interview. Like, he gets candid about Grady, and it's a really, really, really good piece of the show. I really think you'll enjoy it. It gives you a lot of insight on what Grady meant to him and meant to that Falcons locker room, a lot deeper than we even know. All right, so who else? What we got? So Hawk Talk TV, I love their name, man. Hawk Talk TV. He told us about the mics. Then we got Archangel. I always got to shout them out. They right there above Hawk TV said Ravens are a test. Yes, we talked about that. The Ravens 100% are going to be a test. Then Reginald Starr from Facebook, we want to make sure we shout out everybody that's in here from the different platforms. Shout out to you for being from Facebook. He says, does anyone see improvement on the special teams? That was last year's Achilles heel. I'll let you take this home, team.
Yeah, he's spot on. I mean, you fired your kicker because he couldn't make kicks that were winnable. Sending you to overtime, losing games at the end. So you had to part ways with Younghoe Koo in the middle of the season. The disaster game was the one in New York against the Jets where you gave up, it was almost 200 return yards, and you couldn't stop people. You couldn't kick field goals. When is the last time we've seen somebody take one to the house on punt return or kickoff return for the Atlanta Falcons? So it was good to see Tyler Goodson at least show something in that preseason game where maybe they could use him on punt returns, kickoff returns, where even if it's not a touchdown, give you some good field position, help out whoever's quarterback, short fields, and maybe quick strikes to put another defense on the back. So that's an excellent point. Special teams is a big part of the Falcons where there's so many questions and injuries on other units of the field.
Definitely. Let's put up some more names who we may haven't shouted out yet. Then we got Lee 85G. He said the coach wide receiver stopped his route on that pick six. So I think he's talking about the one in joint practices. Tua.
Oh,
he has to be talking about Tua in joint practices because there were no pick sixes in the last preseason game.
He was talking. The pick six came in that first game where Cooper rushed through the pick six at the. Yeah, he must be talking about
because he's talking about the coach.
Joint practice.
He has to be talking about joint practice. I'm assuming. So earn money. The expatriate 895 expatriate. So he says Aints fans say who that to me yesterday, and I said not you. He sounded like he was just frustrated. Not you, and he just walked off. He sounded frustrated, man. Then Q Brew earlier he said Cleveland is where quarterbacks go to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When, on YouTube, they be tripping.
They've been struggling too.
QB graveyard.
Yeah, to go to the graveyard. Let's go to some more that we made, some names we haven't read. Stina B. Stina B, what's up? She said, of course we want the season to go well, but we need to be realistic. That's when we were talking about the wins and losses, what we thought.
And that's where I go back to, I just wish whatever they truly feel, they would tell us. If they came out and said, this is a 2-year process because we're still paying for Kirk Cousins. They got $43 million on the books from Kirk Cousins they're still paying. If they were just like, this is going to take a 2-year process so we could manage our expectations. We always want a special season. We always want a chance to go every NFL team. That's the whole point of it. The hope that you could be in the playoffs. And once you get in, it's a tournament and you can get hot. The year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, they got hot. They were about a 500 team and then got hot. So she's right. Can we have hope, but also be realistic? And we only have the information that they are giving us to go with right now. So I just don't know where we are. And we'll just all find out together.
Hey, what's up with Avion Terrell? I seen that in the comment. Is he okay? Why he been practicing?
Yeah, I don't know if he has had any injury situation. He's clearly going to be out there in a lot of nickel roll. And he'll be, the good thing is his brother's back there and he's got some veterans that are roaming in the secondary that can help him. So he should, when you are a rookie coming in like that, and you can probably feel free to make some mistakes because of the guys behind you. I think that's going to help his development, probably accelerate a little bit more. But I don't know why he hasn't been out there. And maybe now that you're getting to the end, if he's got little knickknacks that are, bothering him, get him healthy. You want people as close to 100% healthy when you get to week 1.
Shout out to Melvin Guntley, Trey. He just left a comment on YouTube. He says, what's up, fellas? I'm going on a New Orleans bus trip with y'all.
All right.
That's what's up.
Thank you, Melvin.
Shout out to Melvin. Shout out to Melvin, man. We're going to be on there. We're going to be kicking it, man. We're going to be having a good time, man. We appreciate your support. It really is going to be – this is B. Rich's first time going to a Falcons and Aints game in New Orleans.
First time, man. I've had season tickets for years at the Falcons at the Dome. I went to a handful of games at the Mercedes. I've never been to a New Orleans Saints Falcons game. I've driven by the Superdome because I've had friends. I used to manage Kevin Gates, so I used to go to New Orleans a lot. But, man – it's fun. The New Orleans Superdome. They used to be like a wonder of the world back in the day. Oh, no, that was the Astrodome. I'm sorry, the Astrodome. Yeah. But I'm excited, man, because you know what? I may have a couple drinks on Bourbon Street. I may walk into the Saints fan, marching with Pastor Troy and them guys.
Look,
having a good time,
man.
The
city of New Orleans is awesome.
Yes.
The people and the servers, when you go to restaurants, they're awesome. When you're out there partying, if you ever go to Mardi Gras, it's an awesome experience. It's just the Saints fans. I don't know what's wrong with them.
You know what?
They just raised. I don't know how they were raised, Playboy. They
Who
just
raised you?
They are
And
just
what TK Kirtland said.
ludicrous in their delusion. This would be my advice to you. Don't even talk to them. High five. Just talk to the Falcon fans. Hopefully we fry up a 50 burger on them. And don't even talk to them and have fun, drink their liquor, eat their beignets, and get back on the bus.
right,
And it's going to be Falcon
Have a
fans.
ball.
Ryan Cameron hit me up this morning, and he said something about the trip. He said, y'all need to build this into what we're doing. It's something called Ryan Cameron present ATL Ho, Sunday, October 4th, the Falcons versus Saints weekend on Peter Street in New Orleans. He wants us to come out and bring some of the fans out there and hang out with them, man.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, we coming through, Ryan. It's a done
Ryan
deal.
King. Shout out to the
We're
Ryan
going to
King.
meet up, man. Shout out to one of the GOATs. I mean, one of the showing up GOATs, and he shows us a lot of love. Yo, we're going to be there. That's all he got to say. We definitely going to be there, man. And one time for the fan, they always do a good job of taking a trip down to New Orleans. A lot of Falcons fans go with them. They help put together, man, a parade where they march down the street. Big Low is I always see Big Low in the front on the videos. So we're gonna go out to that as well. It's gonna be a lot of dope stuff going on. So let's hurry and get through these comments because we at the 120 mark. We can't go over 130.
Wow,
we got your home team out of here. Michael Shepard, he says, is there any college quarterback coming out next year that is a guaranteed start? If we tank, are we guaranteed to get someone that's going to be better than Michael or Jake? Try to answer as fast as we can.
Ooh, and there's the rub. What happens if you have a bad season? Now we'll wait for next year. Can you say that Julian Sayin is going to come in? Can you come in and say that Arch Manning is just going to automatically be as Dante Moore out of Oregon? They're going to be rookies. There is no automatic. And so that is a very good question, which is why I said I think it's important for us to see Michael Penix Jr. finish this season. Forget when he starts. When he finishes, so we'll know what he looks like as an NFL quarterback.
Man, then we got
this man. You good? You and Trey? Y'all are good.
What do you think you are? You good too?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. He always downplayed. He always down. Like nobody came into this perfect. We didn't go to school for this. None of the three of us.
I learned from y'all, man. I be stumbling. Y'all don't
Stumbling.
stumble,
You ain't seen me on a regular day. I stumble a lot. It's all right.
Always
Yeah.
put him down where he from.
I mean, look.
you,
I'm trying to get him to embrace where he's from. I love Colorado. I just want him to embrace his heritage.
I've had great times in Colorado. Is nothing wrong with Colorado?
Yeah, me too, man.
Nothing wrong
I
with
love
you on board
Colorado.
now?
I'm just saying, nothing wrong with Colorado, nothing wrong with Campbell
Yeah,
Road.
man. Like,
Wherever
come
you
on,
from.
dog. Come on, dog. Represent Colorado Elementary,
from
man.
Atlanta, Southwest.
Yeah,
But he did say Romar Academy. Shout out to Romar Academy.
you know what's up.
I do know the fine folks. Monica went to school there as well, but I know the owners of Romar Academy. They're good people. Shout out.
Yeah, he saw that on social media somewhere.
Shout out to the Hensons, my man Jeff and Tasha.
Hey, man, then we got Bash. Rick Rock, he say, that's what's wrong with this organization. No decisiveness. Can't make up their mind about nothing. Then you hire a coach that can't make a decision. We stink. 4-13 with Tua, 7-10 with Penix, 2-15 with Strand.
Good.
Now I'm talking about good Lord. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. First time coach. Don't know what you're going to get out of the quarterbacks. I can't tell anybody
Now,
that they are wrong on how they feel.
If I want to be overly critical, you didn't go hire coaches from the Patriots or the Eagles or some champs. You went and got a coach from the Cleveland Browns. Now, he did win Coach of the Year 2 times, and he was there for 6 years, but he had 2 winning seasons, 4 losing seasons. In the last 2 years, they had the 32nd and the 31st ranked offense in the NFL. So they were going through quarterback challenges. So there's a lot that the coaching staff needs to show us with a lot of things for them to work through too.
Yeah, man. Then we got the super authentic. Said they couldn't run. You talking about the wide receivers. The wide receivers couldn't run choice routes. That's why the wide receiver coach was fired last year.
Oh.
They were horrible. I think he's saying that on why some of the quarterback play struggle as well because the wide receiver. Then Damian Gray said if Penix can't start the first game, start Jack Strand. No faith in Tua. Then Alien, what was that? Alien.
Overlords now.
Okay. All right, then. Aaron just shouted you out, put up on the screen. If Strand plays well on Friday and Tua doesn't, Strand won the QB competition in his mind. Then Timothy Banks said the division is up for grabs. The playoffs is very realistic, but a playoff run is another thing. Then we got Advantage. Life said, Jack is a rookie. What the F? Let him develop. Y'all done forgot there are players in the NFL. Eco came from D2 and went off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, yeah, they are. We still don't want to shell shock anybody. Then Kesey, shout out to my guy Kesey. He said, what's up, Trey and B Rich? Shout out to you, Kesey, and your wife. I saw that Country Wayne them were using y'all coffee shop as one of their places to shoot from. That's very dope, man. Congratulations. They had my boy Black, Mr. Black, had him acting like the landlord in those skits. So I'm like, darn, those two of my people. Mr. Black acting in the skits, and my boy Kesey owns the spot, man. So congratulations to both of y'all. Quinn Jones. Let's go to Quincy Jones. We haven't shouted him out yet. He said, I think the defense will be better than what people are thinking. Then we got John Kemp, 1948, said Jack Strand should be on the practice squad so he can grow and develop.
No, he won't be on the practice squad because they will pick him apart. You can pick a player on the practice squad, so I doubt if he makes the practice squad.
Yep. Then we got Kimberly, J.A. _ She said, this is Kim from Ella's Kitchen. What's up, Kim from Ella's Kitchen? They support us, man. They were one of our sponsors last year for a couple months. They actually have a dope event going down in Tampa for the Falcons in Tampa game. They have a boat trip. So if you're down there, you can go to Ella's Kitchen. That's their Instagram page. See if it's still tickets available. They take people out on the boat. It's going to be things to drink, plenty of food to eat. And trust me, they cook some good food. Kimberly, you say you needed that advice on podcasting. Look, just holler at us. We always want to pay it forward and give any advice we can because a lot of people gave us a lot of great advice. And we rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We did business together. And it was good business. And we really rock with y'all. So yeah, holler at us. And then did we already shout out Timothy Banks? Timothy Banks said we're paying Tua $9.32 an hour. I don't care if he goes or stays, but I don't want to risk losing Strand. I don't think any of us want to lose.
Jack Strand's made an impression, and people want to know more.
I can't wait to watch him play.
Yeah, man. Then Keith Robbins Jr. says, as a Bucs fans, I'm curious what the Falcons are going to do at the QB situation. To his part, I want to say to Keith Robbins, the Bucs are not in the exact position we are because they believe in Baker Mayfield this year, but they have an undrafted rookie, same as we have from Jack Strand, who looks pretty decent. Jalen Daniels is his name. Jalen Daniels. Because of this NFC South round table, we've been really locked in on what the other teams have been doing in the preseason. And home team, same way Jack Strand out there looking good. Yeah, he's out there looking real good. Then we got Valen 79. He said they need Rush for another week. Let's read two more comments of people that we haven't shouted out yet. Let's go and see if there's anybody we haven't shouted out yet. Jordan, our boy Jordan, Jordan, man. Jordan B. Yates, that's his name. Penix had a leg surgery, not just a standard ACL repair. It makes the knee stronger, but has longer recovery.
There we go. Thank you for that.
And there it is.
Yep.
Just say he's gonna be arriving late.
Scroll up two more, and then we gotta get up out of here. Janine, Elizabeth, she said, I get the frustration and impatience. I felt it too, but I just keep reminding myself Matt Ryan has this team's best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And I trust he won't let it head in the wrong direction.
Thank you, Jenny. That's great.
Anybody else we haven't shouted out yet? Scroll up a little more, Aaron, up to the top. Is there anybody else we didn't shout out? Respect to God said, no, they are protecting him. He only been in 3 practices with 11 on 11. And then we already shouted out Stina B.
Hey, Jordan.
Anybody else? Joshua Walker said, so one thing we have to do, home team, just so you know, when we read comments on this show, right, when they put the exclamation marks, we got to read it.
Okay.
Like they said.
They meant what they said.
Yep.
All right.
Jack Strand, week 1. That's what he said, man. We ain't going to let you do it because what you told us you just got over. So we ain't going to let you yell. Maybe in the future you come back. Maybe you be ready.
Well, just fresh off throat surgery.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Hey, and I think that's it, man. Heathen Deluxe, boy, that's a hell of a name. Heathen Deluxe, man, said Penix, autocorrect. Phoenix ain't it. So he said something earlier, but it must have said Phoenix instead of Penix. Why did I say Penix? Penix. I didn't say what you thought I said. I said Penix.
We heard you.
Hey,
but I didn't say
real
what you
quick.
thought I said.
Shout out to Jordan, man. He had the comment of the week last
We
week,
gonna say
man.
this comment every show. Now.
Yeah, man. He we was on Friday Night Lights, man, here doing Friday night, and we had Chuck Smith on.
My man, 9-0 Rhino.
Right, we got 1 minute.
He said some real crazy stuff, man, and then Jordan came in and said, Chuck got me fired up. I'm about to go clap the wife. See y'all.
Love you. Then he said,
Very
love
excited.
You. Hey, man,
Hey,
Jordan,
man,
boy.
we like to I didn't do it just, man, but we like to pass out, bro.
Hey, man, Q Brew. Now, this is the last one I'm reading. This is fire. He said, had to give my class a pop quiz so I can watch the Waterboyz. Yeah.
That was up.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope. Well, look, home team, my brother. Let me tell y'all, everybody, man, shout out to you, home team, for coming back, rocking with us. If you get the opportunity, man, make sure y'all go. It is the morning show on 680 The Fan. On FM, is it 93.7 or 93.1?
93.7
Yep.
FM. You can listen while you work if you tap the 680 Fan app, or become one of our YT Beers, our YouTube buddies on our YouTube 680 Fan channel.
Yeah, man, go to 680 Fan. Check out our guy, home team. He's on the show with John Michaels and Brian Finneran. B-Rich said, yeah, man, we want you to come on the show. He said, I don't know, man. I'm kind of nervous. I guess on the podcast, they feel like we're going to ask questions that maybe you might not want to answer. But he said he would come on the show. But look, once again, we appreciate each and everybody, man. This is the Waterboyz Show, Atlanta's new voice in Atlanta sports. Man, we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, we got the great home team, Brandon Lee, in the building. We got my brother, the man, the legend, straight from Colorado, B-Rich, in the building. We got Staring Aaron, staring through a window near you, getting chased out of somebody's yard. And, of course, we got Doug, man, always holding it down. Man, shout out to T, Terry, our young guy, Caleb, Mario, Stiller, Mike, Christian Carter, Dougie, man, Ryan, everybody that's falling through, everybody that's part of the team. And last but certainly not least, every last one of you that's in the chat, whether you found us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or wherever. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week to talk about what happens in tomorrow's preseason game. And on that note, the Waterboyz Show, we are out.
Be sure you sign up for the Madden League, Waterboyz Show 404 at gmail.com. Kill the camera.